メジャー翻訳速報。大谷翔平選手は54本塁打という新記録を打ち立てました。さらに59盗塁を記録し、メジャーリーグ史上初の 50-50 を達成。オンベース率、長打率、打点、得点でもリーグトップとなる圧巻のシーズンとなりました。このチャンネルでは大谷選手の驚異的な記録や活躍について現地放送局の様子を翻訳してお届けいたします。この動画も最後までご覧いただけましたら幸いです。
Opening up a new feature on the program today, the Hot Stove Record Store, which is a admittedly cheap device to talk about record-setting performances last year, who might be in line to set a record in 2025, and also maybe just interview record setters in our sport. And here's the first record that we're featuring today. Hollywood Nights. How does Clayton Kershaw's upcoming season apply to the great Bob Seger song? For some clarity, let's turn it over to Keith Costas.
So, guys, here's my question for you. There's only been 2 pitchers in the history of the game that have racked up 3,000 strikeouts while pitching their entire careers for one franchise. Will Kershaw become the 3rd player to join that list? So a 2-pronged question. Does he stay healthy? If he does, obviously 3,000 is right within range. And does he return to the Dodgers, or is there any chance we see him pitching in another costume next year?
Ooh, no, I'm gonna say this is all about starting and finishing in LA, Keith. And does he get, what's the gazintas on that, 32 strikeouts?
32 strikeouts?
Yeah.
He'll get that by the end of April.
Really?
Yeah,
You know? Well, so manage. How many starts did he get last year?
7 starts last year.
Yeah, 7. So it'll be managing. I don't know what the number will be. He made a boatload of cash. So
yeah, but I think like if you take last year out, 2022 and 23, around 120 innings.
Okay.
I think that's a reasonable threshold for a guy at his advanced stage of his career. I'm dropping my pens. I think Kershaw is going to be healthy next year. I think he's going to be a contributor next year. He doesn't want to ride into the sunset having pitched 30 innings like he did this
knee
season.
surgery, toe surgery? Is that what he got?
I think it was his foot.
Foot? All right.
But he's definitely a Dodger. That's essentially the
Yes.
question we're asking here. There's no chance he's going elsewhere.
Yeah.
All right, just so we're on the record with that.
Who cares about the facts? As Harold
Who cares about the facts?
Here's our next record in the record shop today. I think Kiss remade New York Groove. It was a song by British rock band Hello. Does Pete Alonso, Keith, stay in his New York groove?
That's essentially the question we're asking here as well. Now, he's closing in on the Mets' all-time franchise record in home runs. He has the 3rd most home runs in the history of the game through his first 6 seasons behind Kiner and Pujols. Obviously, one of those seasons for Pete cut short by the pandemic. He played all 60 games that year, by the way, guys. So does he return to Queens and strike on this record that he's closing in on?
I don't believe he does. I think, because I think Juan Soto's going to New York, and I think Pete's going to find another place of employment. Although it would be nice for him to break that record, but I don't see Alonso.
I'll
staying.
take the other side of it. I'll say he stays. I think the moment he took Devin Williams deep in Milwaukee to win that division series or survive that division series, the Mets brass decided, okay, we don't care about the zeros.
So Soto and Alonso.
Yeah, why not? Because we're led to believe that there's a limitless supply of cash there.
Fine.
So I think both. And yeah, wouldn't it be cool to have an all-time, like Manny Machado is the all-time Padres home run leader, right? Again, the Nate Colbert number wasn't huge, so it was catchable. But I think it's super cool to live and watch baseball in an era where the greatest home run hitter in the history of the franchise is an active player.
And potentially, if he does re-sign, he'll start and finish his career with the Mets.
All right, Keith, let's go back into the record store. We have one more.
So this is a little bit of a quirky one, guys. Will Corbin Burns become just the 4th pitcher in Major League history to make consecutive opening day starts for 3 different teams? And before we get to the answer, I'll let you guess at who the previous 3 were with a little bit of clue here on the full screen. And Al, you were there for the first 2 examples, so that should help. Any thoughts on who these 3 pitchers were?
Oh!
David Price on the right.
David Price on the right is correct.
I know the one in the middle, so I'll save that one.
Kevin Brown in the middle?
Kevin Brown in the middle, and the first one should be the most obvious.
Jack Morris.
Jack Morris.
Yeah.
There you go. So
There.
Corbin Burns, is there any chance he stays in Baltimore, which would make this question impossible to make the answer yes, or is he going somewhere else? And in that case, is there any chance he's not the ace of the staff? I don't personally see it that way. Any chance he's joining a team where he's not the opening
I
day
put
starter?
it this way, Keith. I hope he stays an Oriole. I like everything that's gone on there the last couple of years for sure. Will he stay? My gut tells me no. Why? I don't know.
No, I kind
of analysis you get here on Hot Stove.
No, but I hear you.
Hot take.
I hear you, though.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
like-
the same way. I can't explain why I feel like that. I just kind of feel like that.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I like when guys stay put. I really do. And he was important to them. And they gave up a lot to get him. Let's face it. Pregnant pause? Anybody?
I was waiting for Al. I mean, he might have had a couple seconds to collect his thoughts there.
Yeah.
Just because we brought up Kevin Brown. Did you staff mates with Kevin Brown?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
96 and 97.
Was he snappy and smashing toilets with the bat and having little moments then, or did that just come later in his career? Because you talk about a wish list of guys I'd love to have on this show. I would love to have Kevin Brown on this show, not only because he was amazing as a pitcher, but he just has legendary Babylon around his career about snapping in the clubhouse and breaking things.
Maybe we should try to arrange for that, to have Kevin come on.
Maybe you could work. You
Yeah.
know him? Can you reach out to him?
I know him.
Can we tap into your personal
Well,
Rolodex?
you know what? Now that you jarred my, I'll tell you what. 1996, it was I played with a lot of great players and Hall of Famers. It was the best teammate starting pitcher I've ever played with. Every single start, he was 7, 8, or 9 innings, 1 run or no. In 96.
Stud.
He was amazing.
In 97, 98, he was the same guy. He was the best in the sport for a while.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be firing all cylinders.
The Dodgers have broken it open with a 6-run 7th. Ohtani is inevitable! New career high for Teo.
That's what they do, man. They home. Max Muncy swinging the silver hammer.
Trick for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman turns the game upside down. Oh my gosh! The greatest day! Boy, offensive show for Los Angeles.
The offensive team of the year in the National League, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
The world champs, the Dodgers, win the offensive team of the year Silver Slugger in the National League. They led baseball in slugging, finished 2nd in runs scored, and 3rd in slugging percentage. And how about this for lineup depth? The Dodgers had 4 players with 20 homers, 75 RBIs, and 75 runs scored. The only team in baseball to achieve that feat. Back here with Alex and Tom. And Tom, in a sport where it can be so individualized, it's you versus the pitcher. The Dodgers have adopted a team-wide hitting philosophy.
No question. It's about controlling the strike zone. Yeah, they led the league in home runs, tremendous power, but they establish count leverage all the time because they will not get outside of the zone. Actually, both the Yankees and the Dodgers, two of the best in baseball at not chasing.
I'm glad you said that, Tom, because the way I look at it through the eyes of a catcher, right, is how am I going to get these guys out? How am I going to get my pitcher through a game and navigate this lineup? And when you have a lineup that is as disciplined as them, obviously they're deep, they have tremendous superstars, but when they're as disciplined as they are, your margin for error is so slight. So there's not a lot of chances to where your pitcher can't make a mistake and not get hurt for it. So as a battery, as a catcher, that just presents so many challenges, and that's one of the reasons why they're the best in baseball.
And Tom, this graphic right here is right up your alley. Just kind of puts what the Dodgers did this season offensively in some perspective here.
Wow, how about this? 5 players with an OPS plus of at least 135.
Wow.
This is not just the Dodgers history, folks.
Yes.
This is Major League Baseball. And you see on the left, that list is loaded with Hall of Famers. And I can tell you, folks, I'm not going out on a limb telling you the one on the right, that's got multiple Hall of Famers, too.
Now, congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. What a season they had in 2024.
A season we have never seen before from a player we may never see again. The marvelous one, Shohei Ohtani, and he's going to steal it. Number 40 for Shohei. 40-40, walk-off grand slam. Got his foot in. The 50th for Ohtani. One swing away at this point from history. Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
He is a one-man show.
Designated hitter, National League, Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
The 50-50 Club welcomed its first member in 2024 as Shohei Ohtani put forth a season unlike anything we've seen before. 54 homers, a Dodgers franchise record. 59 stolen bases, more than double the previous high in a 50 home run season. And oh yes, he also led the National League in on-base percentage, slugging percentage, RBIs, and runs scored. With more, here's Tom.
50-50, yeah, that's really cool. How about this? Another very cool number. Most home runs of 450 feet or more. Shohei has more than every team that plays not at altitude. Yeah, that's more even than the Yankees with Soto, Judge, and Stanton. How does he do it? Leverage is the key for Shohei Ohtani. The way he hits a baseball, he hits the parts of the ballpark that most hitters will never see. When I see these home runs, I watch the outfielders here, and they actually think off the bat they have a chance at getting the ball, but he has so much backspin that the ball just keeps going. There's no way you're going to get close to these unless you're deep into the bleachers and hopefully you brought a glove to the ballpark with you to catch it. So when I think about the leverage of Ohtani, how does he do it? I want you to watch his hips in particular, how fast he spins his hips to get through this baseball. Wow, that talk about leverage. I want to break it down here, this swing on this home run. The front hip actually turns back away from the baseball, then turns into it with so much force. You see him back on that heel in the high finish. And all these pictures you see, his head is very still. And the extension, most power hitters talk about that bottom hand. Both hands are strong. Like, yeah, another lefty who hits it a long way, Phil Mickelson. Yeah, I'm comparing him to a pro golfer because when he hits a baseball, it disappears like a golf ball. There's no one like Shohei Ohtani.
Teoscar Hernandez takes home his third career Silver Slugger after hitting a career-high 33 home runs in 2024. Teo hit the best under the brightest lights, winning the Home Run Derby and hitting 3 home runs during the Dodgers' march to the 2024 World Series title. And joining us now from the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. Teo, congratulations. You and I spoke during the World Series about the fact that you actually have a World Series ring from your time with the 2017 Houston Astros, but that this ring would mean much more. What is this going to feel? What's it going to feel like once you actually get your hands on that World Series ring with the Dodgers?
First, thank you guys. I think, I deserve this one. I'm gonna think like that because in 2017 I was on the team, but regular season on the IL, so I wasn't part of it because the same day that I got called up that year, I got hurt, so I didn't do anything basically, and I get the ring. But this one, I put a lot of effort, trying to do my best to help this team win a championship, and at the end of the day, we did, and we get to the World Series and win everything.
Well, this year you definitely did something.
Yes.
Home Run Derby champ, World Series champ, but then coming up big over and over again for this Dodgers team. I want to take you back just to a more recent moment, the parade, because I was watching this parade, and when Mookie introduced you and gave you the mic, and that place went nuts. You got pretty emotional. I just want to, what was going through your head there? What hit you in that moment? Because it seemed like probably one of the more special moments for you.
Yeah, man. It just, this was my 7th year in the big league, so I never had a moment like that when everybody was trying to give me that love that they've been giving me all year. That was incredible. I never had that before. And I'm an emotional guy, so that gets me really bad.
Yeah. Hey, Teo, let's talk about you as a hitter. Because I look at you and I see a great breaking ball hitter. I mean, you had more home runs off spin than you had off fastballs. Not many hitters can say that. So what is it that you think you do so well that makes you hit spin so well?
I think it's because they've been throwing it a lot in the last 3 or 4 years. So I have to make that adjustment if I want to keep producing and doing good things for the team that I'm playing. And this is about adjustment. I make adjustment because I think I see more breaking balls in the game than I see fastballs. So when I get a fastball, I try to hit it. But most of the times, I'm just looking for a breaking pitch because that's what they throw me.
Teo, I've heard players across the league talk about the gruel or the grind that is the season, how grueling it can be physically and mentally. Now that you've had a few days to decompress, you're a World Series champion, you're a home run derby champion, and now a Silver Slugger Award winner. Just now that you've had time to reflect on the season that was, what comes to mind?
I go back in the beginning of the season, and honestly, I never thought it was going to be good. I always bet on myself. I know I can do a lot of good things, but this year was amazing. It was a lot of good things happening to me this year. But most important, it was that I was healthy. It was incredible. It was unbelievable season, and I don't think I'm going to forget this one. So really excited for the opportunity that they gave me at the beginning of the year and the confidence that they had on me. Just to be able to do my thing and, bounce back from last year and help this team win a championship.
Well, Teoscar,
yeah, I was going to say, I know you've won the Silver Slugger before. It's a beautiful trophy. Hopefully you got some more room in your trophy room for it. What does it mean to you to win the Silver Slugger again?
It means a lot because if you go back, there was a lot of good players in their years. There was so many good players that they couldn't win any because there was a lot, like Hall of Famer players, guys that hit the ball, hit homers, drive runs, and a lot of good guys that spend a lot of times in the league and never win more than one or never got none. That you see their numbers and you see how if this guy never had a Silver Slugger. So for me, it's proud of the work that I put every single day. Just to be on the field producing and putting good numbers, just feel blessed right now.
Teoscar, congratulations on a fantastic season. Enjoy this off season, and we'll see you in 2025.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too. Check this out. Teoscar Hernandez is clearly placing himself among the elites when it comes to outfielders in Major League Baseball. Most total bases among outfielders since the start of 2021, Teo is right in the middle, up there with the likes of Judge, Soto, and his teammate in 2024, Mookie Betts.
メジャー翻訳速報。大谷翔平選手のメジャー2024年シーズンでの活躍に本当に驚かされました。54本塁打のドジャース新記録に加えて59盗塁という素晴らしい成績を残し、初の 50-50 達成となりました。ドジャースの優勝に大きく貢献し、文字通りの大活躍でしたね。450フィート以上の本塁打も他のどのチームよりも多く放っているとのことで、その圧倒的なパワーには本当に驚くばかりです。皆さんは2025年シーズンの大谷選手にどのような期待をされているでしょうか。ぜひコメント欄にご意見をお寄せください。では次回の動画でお会いしましょう。ご視聴ありがとうございました。